Okay, I think we're just about ready to get started. So we kind of left in the middle of a chase scene, as it were, where we learned about the true nature of a Nominaut. And we are now in a quite lengthy dungeon in order to escape that. So we've gone from an Earth Pulse to a place simply labeled the Calyx. People that have seen Zesteria. Yes, it is the same location, but I won't go into too many details, as the game will explain very shortly what the purpose of this other place is, other than we know it's a kind of portal dimension kind of area, I believe was how it was described so far. So with that, we're going to switch over to the game proper, and we'll see what the repercussions of making a Nominaut angry happen to be. We'll give the game a second. Oh, there we go. Popped up nice and quick this time. Yeah, I love that when you look at the save file, it doesn't tell you where it is. I'm pretty sure they said the name of the place. It's like the Hexing Isles, I think. Like, I'm not imagining it. It already came up, but for whatever reason, they want to obscure where this is, so sure. I guess technically the pocket dimension is not quite the Hexing Isles, but it's fine.
Good luck. Show him.
One moment, chat. I think my controls are set to something else. Almost played on my PSO controls. That would have been real awkward.
You seem awfully chipper, Velvet.
I'm fine. And I guess I have you to thank as well.
Perhaps. But gratitude doesn't suit you. Now, say ah.
Huh?
I need to see your teeth. I made 100 gold bet that you'd break, remember? So, I need to see if you've broken anything. Let's start with those teeth. Help us out, kiddo.
All right. I just need to check our front teeth, right?
Front teeth, canines, whatever. Just get in there and take a good hard look.
You didn't mean that literally, did you? Why are you making Feed do the checking?
Acting the innocent maiden, are we? Well, I suppose that some say that showing the inside of your mouth can be more personal than being seen naked.
What? Seriously?
Magilu, you're only making this even more awkward.
Come now, will you cooperate or not? We can't settle the bet until we know the tooth.
Fine, but let's check the ones in my left hand first.
Good. I believe Bienfu can assist with that.
Why me? Leave me out of this! Bien! She's squeezing me! Ouch! Those fangs hurt!
Looks like Velvet is just fine.
Yeah, the sparks returned to her eyes. But, is showing the inside of your mouth really that embarrassing?
What? Keep your intrusive questions to yourself.
I was gonna say, Chris just came in at the right time to see Bienfu being tortured. I figured he would appreciate that, if nothing else. Let's go ahead.
The size of the art that created this place. Just what is the Abbey planning to use it for?
Whatever it is, they're trying hard to keep it hidden. Can't be anything good.
Wow, they are really making sure I have enough life bottles. Chat, I think it literally gave you like 14 or 15 life bottles, because we capped. It's kind of crazy, actually. So anyway, if you happen to miss some of the fights in the prison, a lot of the monsters from there will show up here. So we have no real reason to fight any of these monsters, as we fought them already in the prison. Yeah, unfortunately, I forgot Zavid was here too. I mentally checked out. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I mean, his name wasn't even brought up in my recap. I mean, that's how much I just don't, I just don't like Zavid. She's just blotted out from memory, chat. Well, anyway.
Hey, who was that kid anyway?
He and I used to be tethered to an exorcist named Lady Teresa. He was number 1, I was number 2.
Oh, a friend of yours then. So he went feral after that Teresa lady fell.
Yeah. I found Velvet and the others, but he probably had nowhere to go.
A stray Moloch stripped of his free will won't go much further than a demon's belly. Anyway, seems like the only people I run into these days are kids. I'm more in the market for an unattached woman with a pretty face.
Sorry?
I'm just fooling around. Grow a sense of humor, kid. Anyway, relax. I'll keep an eye on him until he's in command of himself again, all right? Just one more reason to bring the Abbey down.
Right. Thanks, Savid.
Kirk in the chat. Hello, Kirk in the chat. So he's saying more life bottles than your body has room for. Like, I have some. Listen, I'm in New Game Plus, so my item cap is higher than normal, and I still don't have enough room for these life bottles. I guess they thought you would die a lot in the boss fights leading to here, which I don't really feel happened, to be honest. Oh, I walked into him while he was invisible. I thought he had already teleported.
For this?
I got trolled. We're just rebuilding meter, chat. I mean, it's probably good that we're not entering the next battle with 1 meter or less. So if we could get this up to at least 3 per person, we're in a good place. We already know Velvet gains 1,000,000 meter, so she doesn't really need it.
You're not hurt, are you?
No, I'm fine.
Shriek Dive and Dark Fangs. I think Shriek Dive... Okay, Shriek Dive I need for later. So this has a really silly use. Hopefully I could capture this on stream. I have to be in a very specific tournament, I believe. I don't think I could do this at any given tournament. I'll double check. But basically I can leap into the air and land on them. So it's basically her version of a teleport. So if you're trying to use her for melee combat, this is actually a pretty welcome movement option. But there's some goofy things that happen if you fight in an arena and you do this and it kills the enemy on the way down. It gets a little confused sometimes. Hopefully we'll be able to capture it on stream. It's not like 100% consistent, at least not when I try it. But basically we could partially phase through the floor. I hope to show that later. And if you're curious, no enemy can hit you when you're in the floor, unless they have a spell. So it is quite amusing. So you could just spellcast from the floor, and there's not really anything they could do about it. I don't think this works in like regular fights. I think the only reason it works in the arenas is because there's like technically 2 tiers of floor, like there's tiles and then the actual ground, and her dive kind of wedges her in between them, which is not a normal thing you could do. So unfortunately, I don't think I could take advantage of that in casual encounters, but next time we're at a tournament, I'll just fish for it. So we got Deceiving Pummel causes countless chains to erupt from the ground. So this move is actually a rehashed move from Berseria. But you know what? I think this is one of the few good moves from that previous game. So I'm really happy that this move is back, because I feel like it's a lot stronger. I don't know if they improved the hitbox or what happened to it, but it's amazing. It's another medium range attack for Aizen, which is fantastic, because I don't like getting super close with him in general. And we also unlock Dark Fangs, which is excellent, because not only is this a wind move, which is an alternative to Geostigma, because chat, you know I don't like to use absorb HP moves, but this also steals focus, so it just makes status effects even easier. So to me, I'm really happy we also got this move. Take note too that it is anti-winged, which is I think also unique to his spells. He doesn't have any overlap so far, so it's pretty useful for 2 different reasons. I think we unlocked any other moves. I'm just taking a quick look at our art list. Yeah, we already talked about Dark Vortex last time. Chat saying it's a fate worse than death to have Savid as the Guardian. I mean, it's kind of hard to argue with you on that one, chat. That's not fair. Oh, I got Dangerous Encountered? Oh, that's not good. Okay, so I want to make sure she has a little more meter. I think we almost have. Oh, Aizen's already at max meter. That's not good. Whatever.
You can dodge? Just try. Perfect mayhem!
Hopefully the surrounding damage will kill a couple enemies. It did.
You're wide open! Burn! Die or be killed! No escape! You're wide open!
So we're just gonna absorb some spells from the enemies. Just to make sure they don't really get a chance to do anything. There we go. I think I was just slightly outside of the casting radius, which is why I didn't absorb it there. Like, that time I understand, but there's other times where I'm definitely in that that ring and I don't absorb it. It's a little finicky. Speaking of which, I guess just to show it off, I'll temporarily put it as this move. Or I'll just get hit when I go to show it, of course. Let's try this again. Hurricane Huff, chat. Some things never change. Wow, he builds meter like a god. Let's try this again. So that's her move. It puts them pretty high in the air, so it's not bad to finish a combo with that, if you, in case you're trying to reset.
I thought we were done for.
We actually got a fairly high amount of grade there. I'm kind of surprised. Well, anyway, that wasn't an intentional fight. But it's okay, we'll get through it. As indicated by the save file, we will be going through multiple floors of this.
Can you think of a good name for the kid?
You're giving #1 a name?
Yeah. He says he can't remember his true name, and calling him by a number seems mean, you know?
Yeah. I was really happy when Velvet gave me my name.
Hey, I've got this. How about Hajime? It means the first, and he's #1, right?
In that case, why not just go with Ichiro?
No way. That was Shigure's childhood name.
Why should that matter to us?
It should be softer. How about Ichi? Or maybe something like Numbi? Numbi? Where'd that one come from? It's like number, but, more cute. Let's just forget that one.
I don't think we should reference his old number at all.
How about Bob?
Is that just because of his hairstyle? That's really reaching.
Actually, I kind of like it. If it's too plain, how about Bobby? That isn't bad. Right? Then #1 is hereby renamed.
Stop it, you two! You don't understand it at all! A boy doesn't want a name that sounds cute!
You don't think so? That was quite an outburst.
The kid has a point. Need something with more panache.
How about Silva?
Silva?
His hair and pendant are both silver.
I like it. It's got a certain mystique about it.
Silva! Yeah, it sounds cool!
Well, if his old buddy Laffy said approves, then Silva it is. Well done, first mate.
Praise from you is wasted on me.
Then consider it praise from Silva instead. Right, time to go give him the good news. Hey, the Moloch formerly known as #1. You've got a new name.
I'm glad he got a good name.
Maybe we should have put a little more thought into naming you, too.
That's alright. You need to steer your own ship. Right, Aizen? You're the one who taught me that.
You know just what to say, don't you? Moloch, formerly known as #2.
Chat, I think we can all agree Numbi was one of the worst names we've heard so far.
Magilu, what were you up to while we were lost in the Earth Pulse?
I was ringing the bell. The rift was open the whole time. Couldn't you hear me?
I don't remember hearing any bells.
She was fighting with Lord Melchior. She really gave it her all.
Bienfu, don't give him the wrong impression.
But you endured so much. It was so moving.
Yes, I did endure. It was so hard not to laugh.
Did the old man tell you a joke or something?
It was a staring contest, and oh, the faces that old man can make. I kept picturing him as a young man, but with that same wrinkled face, and it was so hard not to crack. I needed to keep myself in check. My desire to laugh was only broken by the ringing of the bell. Clang! Crash! What a thrill!
Wait, was that the only thing that broke Magilou?
Are you asking if he broke my heart? Like I'm fishing for sympathy?
That's not what I meant at all.
You stood watch over the Earth Pulse Rift for us.
I didn't say that. Stop trying to give me a participation medal.
Just take it. After all, you don't care either way, right?
True that.
So Crick in the chat is saying V's character arc has been really good. I have to say, he probably has the biggest character arc. I mean, arguably even more of a character arc than Velvet. So I really like the development on those two characters in particular. I feel like most characters at least have their moments in this game, even if they're not as focused on. Oh, we see a mysterious barrier in front of us, chat. I wonder what's inside. Let's go take a look. I'm sure it's innocent. Oh, look, chat.
Dragon!
It looks like it's been captured. Just like the Therians.
But why would they hold a dragon captive? An art connects this place to the Earth Pulse. That's probably why we were taken here.
Earth Pulse. So it's got something to do with Inominat?
That would be the obvious conclusion.
I don't get it. Explain. Small words.
Very well. You're part of all this, too.
Velvet.
I'm fine now. I promise.
All right.
I see. You found out Inominat's true identity. So, now that you know, can you still fight him?
It's only given me more reason to kill him. And the Shepherd.
You're one ice-cold girl.
There's still one thing bothering me. Inominat needs to eat malevolence to awaken. Once he does, he'll use his power to suppress negative emotions. But when humans can't create any more malevolence, what will happen to Inominat?
He'll run out of things to eat. And maybe die?
Wouldn't he just go back to sleep?
But if he does, then his power will fade and humanity will start creating malevolence again, right?
In order for Inominat to eternally suppress negative emotions...
He needs an infinite, powerful source of malevolence to feed off of. For example, that produced by an immortal dragon.
Which would make this place a sort of dragon farm, created so he could control humanity forever.
You can't be serious! Just speculation, but it all makes sense.
They can't think of Malakim as anything but tools.
Just how much will they sacrifice for their ideal world of tranquility? What was it that I believed in all that time? The image I'd built of the Abbey is crumbling from the bottom up.
Please cheer up, Madame Eleanor! You'll make me depressed, too! Is this about the dragon farm?
Yes. I strongly doubt even the Abbey has the power to manipulate dragons so freely. Then that dragon...
Wasn't a dragon before it came here?
That's the natural assumption. They probably brought the Moloch here as a captive, then turned him into a dragon.
Just like Melchior did, eh? Is there no line they won't cross?
I don't know what to say.
It's not your fault, Madame Eleanor!
But spawning dragons in addition to Therians. Do you think they'll figure out a way to make humans too?
Yes. Wait, that's awful! I can't believe you went there! We don't dare free it. It'd be too dangerous.
I know. Damn the Abbey and their twisted morality.
So unfortunately, chat, we will not get into a bonus fight against the dragon, but I just want to point out that this... I'm pointing more in a positive way. They're trying to link the different storylines between Berseria and Zestiria. So the reason why Zavid knows all about this place is because he's here now. So now he's learning the truth about it. I mean, I guess that's kind of a nice tie-over, I guess. I'm still not 100% certain how he got to us in the first place, but, you know, they tried, chat, a little bit. I know the chat is very deeply invested in the Zavid character arc. I know they are. Oh boy. Man, these enemies are kind of hard to deal with. I'm hoping we don't get into any more fights. I mean, we have enough blast gauge. The only person that's weirdly lacking in blast gauge is Aizen. Also, the fact that Laphicet has 6 blast gauge is hilarious to me. Hello, Soul Bottle. I accidentally bumped into it while looking at the chat, but I'll blame me for getting distracted. One moment, chat. I'll take a look at that comment after the battle. I'm just looking for one good stun. Or not. Whatever. Oh, speaking of which, I thought I changed one of these last time to be different. Did I like game over or something? I thought I definitely changed this last time. Yes, I already did last throws. I like Lighthouse. Spear Path is okay. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure we have 11th hour set up. Unfortunately, the enemy died before I could showcase it. That's unfortunate. Well, chat, unfortunately, I forgot to cook before the stream, so because I didn't cook before the stream and we are definitely maxed out on material, Eleanor has some things she wants to talk to the chat about. Let's listen to Eleanor. Oh, hey, focus is at 15%.
It's done. It's done. It's done.
So Chris in the chat is saying, you know, I'm actually surprised they didn't make Zavit a bonus party member for this point of the game. They already have a moveset and a character model, though I guess it's too late to be adding new party members. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of surprised too, because, like, you have to think about it this way. Not only did he have a complete moveset in the previous game, but you already fought him as a boss. So he just would have to have the boss AI, minus, like, any Mystic Arts. So, yeah, I'm kind of surprised by that too, to be honest. It's almost done, chat.
Diligence in life, diligence in the kitchen.
Okay, chat, so we have finished off all of the cooking. So we no longer need to cook for any other bonuses. One moment as I consult my notes. Just want to see if there's anything I should be considering before we leave this area. No, not quite yet. That's fine, though. So I'm just thinking about what skill I actually want to focus on. So, equipment drop rate with 50,000 or more is really good for the general play, I would say. Like, if we Mystic Art at any point, we will always trigger this. However, I feel like we're actually lacking in damage at the moment, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Laphicet cook. I would rather have raw attack power at this point.
I'm all finished.
I don't think at the moment we're having any issues stunning or causing status ailments. I feel like our biggest issue is damage, so I'm going to switch it over to that.
Velvet,
What is it?
I was once your sister's child, right? Then my father is...
Look, you were reborn, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, I really don't know anything about how being reborn works. But to me, what you see, what you hear, and what you feel, that's what's important. Whoever we used to be in another life, I'm me now, and you're you. That's all there is to it.
Velvet.
That's true. Aizen said that not all Malakim are humans who have been reborn, right?
Does that mean they could be reincarnations of birds or fish or beasts?
That's not true. So, if a boy was a dog in a past life, that wouldn't make him part of the dog's family now.
Yeah. I'm me, I guess.
But you're Velvet's cute little pup, aren't ya?
Magilu.
Be careful. I bite.
Oh, have mercy! I take it all back, just don't bite me!
Rebirth is like the Earth in Historia. You're simply built on a larger foundation. But that's not special. Everyone's lives are founded on the past.
So, I'm just me.
Yep. You're you, and no one else. Your fee.
We'll take this item and see what David's hunch is all about.
Hey, first mate. Who was that horned demon with the old man?
I don't know.
I thought I felt something different about him. If only for just a moment. Did you feel it too?
I said I don't know.
I see. You're impossible, you know that?
We've come across him before, but we never really fought him. My guess is Melchior is controlling him with some sort of illusion.
I see. Then it's probably good you didn't fight. A straight battle against him wouldn't be an easy thing.
How do you know that?
Intuition. I have a nose for these things. There's something fishy about him.
That scar on his face. It couldn't be.
What's the matter, Aizen? You've gone pale.
Forget it. It's nothing. We need to get out of here. Let's go.
So Aizen has figured out the true identity of the demon that we've seen a couple times now. That was the one I thought we were going to fight earlier, but that appears to have not been the case. So that's fine. I'm glad we didn't fight him right away. I feel like if you're going for a low-level challenge, that particular boss fight is pretty hard as well. Arguably the hardest if you're just skipping every fight in the game, I would say.
We made it!
I came here by ship. It's anchored by the southeast beach.
Okay, chat. I will want you to know, this is the biggest tease. When you look at this map, you're like, oh, I could do a code red now. You know, I could like go somewhere in the middle. And I kind of remember this place from Zesteria. Chat, we're gonna get cutscened almost immediately. There's a reason why the Turtles is here. Let's see what the White Turtles has to say. I thought I could get away from you, but it seems I'm doomed. Buy whatever you like. So we're gonna go ahead and purchase as much equipment as possible. And we will probably enhance some of this, because some of this is armor, and we've been missing out on that for quite some time. Also, say goodbye to our cash, chat. We're finally catching up to the correct amount of cash we should probably be at this point in the game. So let's first equip items to see if we can enhance ourselves any further. I don't really care about his break soul power as Rokuro. That's honestly one of the least important stats. That will actually probably be useful for the upcoming fight. Let's see. Ooh, we got 3 different things I could take advantage of. Interesting. Chance to not use souls? Why, thank you. I think I find that the most interesting. Oh, we're done with her really terrible ribbon. That's good news. So I could put it on something like this in the meantime. So I lose like a little bit of focus, but she does way more damage with spells. Like, yes, please. We're gonna make sure everybody's learning something new if able. So she loses a blast gauge, which is kind of unfortunate, but I'm willing to take the hit here. Oh, I never actually finished this. Yeah, let's take advantage of this. I know the damage is slightly lower, so I have to be a little careful. I was just seeing if there's something that just gave roll attack. Usually they don't. Yeah, we might be doing this one just due to its attack. That's right. Oh, we actually gave... Oh, I was gonna say, why is Velvet wearing anything that gives armor? I was wondering why our stats look kind of low. Now it makes sense to me. But we don't have any new items to pick here. That's gonna be such a shame. I'm sorry, little boy. We're gonna have to let you learn something new for a little bit. Enemy stun duration increased by 16%. That is a fantastic move. Is there somebody else that isn't currently learning something with their boots? Oh, Eleanor wasn't. Let's make sure her stun rate goes up. That's kind of important, actually. We'll want every character to take advantage of Mithril Boots, because that will allow us to get some pretty silly combos. So we're almost done looking through the items. Sorry about this, chat. It's the downside of some of the RPGs. You have to look at every single item. So this one is actually really fantastic. So It technically has less magic power than the Topaz Pendant, but more importantly, it has art power plus 10%. So if we're able to pump this one up to something decent, we get a pretty high amount of focus, actually, and a decent learning ability of 8 extra art. Alright, so can he learn anything is the question. No, not really. We'll make him more glass cannony, it's fine. He dies instantly all the time anyway. It's fine. So unfortunately, I only have 2 female armors for 3 characters that need abilities. That is a shame. And Magilu is otherwise done. So I don't think there's anything else I could really enhance at the moment. I don't have enough materials. Like, I'll give the Topaz +1, because we'll be using that. Just to hopefully help the AI out, because again, the AI generally will not immediately tag swap, unlike a player. So they can actually be in a lot of danger. Oh hey, I got 9% extra stats, that's nice. The AI, however, likes to quick step a lot, so this is a good way to get them healed at least. Well, anyway, chat, we're gonna do a quick save here. So I don't think we fought these enemies, so we should fight each of these enemies once. They don't seem to be spell spamming. What a weird moment. So there, Chad, I actually did a side dodge after the first one, so that I could do a more powerful spell this time. That's an important thing to notice with Magilu, is that if you just dodge out while using a Break Soul, you'll not do a follow-up spell, even if the gauge is maxed. And you can tell the gauge is maxed, because if you look at her soul meter, there's a green meter underneath of it. And that green meter underneath just means it's ready to cast a spell the moment I absorb something. So we've actually stored up a pretty powerful spell at the moment. So we'll just do our best to wrap things up. Oh, Crown Fire, you're so silly. I love that you juggle at point blank. It makes me smile. I'm gonna make sure Magilu just has a ton of meter saved up, so the next time we do a big spell, she's ready for a boss fight. Well, that's not the right button. Which one had pummeling? Let's try this again. So many attacks going on. There we go. That's what I wanted to show. I feel like the chains got longer in between games, because Zavid definitely had that attack in the previous game. There we go. I think it's time we end this fight. Went on a little too long. Stupid fairies.
That was tougher than I...
Alright, so we got one of those fights out of the way. It's very easy to miss this one, but I remember this from the other game, so we're gonna get the Saffron, which increases art defense. Which, again, I would say never, ever, ever give defense ups to Velvet. It is a monolith. Saray would be proud. So instead of giving it to Velvet, which I think is counterintuitive, she actually wants her defense to basically be 0 the entire game to take advantage of her main trait. But every other character would like it, so we'll give it to Little Boy. Oh, I didn't realize there was a save point right here. That makes things a bit easier. Excuse me, we're on the Hexen Isle, not the Hexing Isle. So, hello, giants. Fortunately, we did not get hit by the ogre club. That even blocking it, it did 500 damage, which is kind of silly. So if just 3 of them, if we block 3 hits, it basically halves our health. Which is kind of insane.
Have you looked in a mirror lately?
Kind of insane, chat. I think that's it. I don't think there's any new enemies here. I'm just gonna check over here one more time. I forget if they put an herb on this particular statue. They did. This increases our art damage by 3, and I'm like, little boy wants all the damage, so we're giving it to little boy. So, people with a keen observation between games and a really keen eye might notice there's something missing in this version of Berseria when we traversed here through Zesteria, and I'll leave it at that. But don't worry, the game will address that inconsistency soon.
What happened?
We used to play tag all the time. I won't let you get away, Velvet.
Inomina! I'm scared!
Stop it! You're turning him into a dragon!
That was the whole reason I took him from Teresa. It's just another necessary sacrifice for peace.
Inomina, you monster!
Inomina to the front of us, a dragon to the back of us. Reaper's curse doesn't begin to describe it. What a shame. Is that despair I sense?
Not on your life.
It'll take more than this to make your big sister break.
The more you resist, the more you'll suffer.
Velvet, let me punish this rotten little delinquent.
You're just a Malak. You don't stand a chance.
I'm not just any Moloch. And I'm sick of murdering scum like you. I know no limits! For I am Savine! Savine!
Chat, I'd just like to say, what if Lofty said had that gun
This is officially too damn much.
instead of Savid?
Fine. Take them out one by one.
I think it'd be more effective. I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. Well, number 1 is not looking so great. So we could see that this monster has a ton of stats, lots of health, even more, pretty high defense, but not the highest we've seen. Weakness to physical and water, which is great, and also anti-dragon. So basically, as long as Aizen's there, he'll eventually trigger dragon. So we just need to focus on a lot of our physical moves and water moves, which Velvet is pretty good at if you're playing at this point in the game. To no one's surprise, the dragon does a lot of fire damage. But also, you should probably look at 2 things. 1, Iron Stance granted up to 15 hits while casting is ridiculous. But, chat, why does the dragon neigh? That has always bothered me playing this game. Like, look at that bottom move, chat. It will neigh at us. Just, I don't really get it.
Save your regrets for later. We're dead if we don't focus.
Chat, did they really kill Velvet while I was, like, literally, like, just tag swapping? Come on.
Death would be a mercy.
Velvet, your AI is so bad. There's no excuse for it. How do you die as Velvet with 3 souls? It's embarrassing. She should be embarrassed, chat. Wow, now I'm at like such a severe disadvantage. Thanks, Gabe. This is gonna be annoying. Note to self: make sure Velvet is player 1, and then realize you aren't. It didn't swap you to Velvet. Because the cutscenes do like to make you Velvet in between, so I just kind of assumed that would happen this time. That was a bad assumption on my part. One thing that's kind of annoying about the dragon is that it has like big areas you can't quite hit. So sometimes your attacks will just whiff the dragon, which is really silly because the dragon is so big. Oh, I missed the soul. Oh, took another soul from us. That's a shame. So anyway, we're gonna try to make a comeback with 1 soul, but it's not looking good because that attack is really annoying to deal with. Fortunately, we don't actually need to beat this boss, but we need to get the boss's health lower. You know what, chat? I don't feel like trying to do this with just 1 soul. Like, it completely messed up my plan by them dying. Because that was like such a waste of good souls. Okay. In case it puts us immediately in the next fight, I want souls.
We need to bring him down in one push.
Oh no, Zavid lost.
I told you you would suffer.
Who would have seen it coming, chat?
Zavid.
I'll hold off Inominat. Everyone else, take out that dragon.
There's no way you can face him alone. At least let me assist you.
This isn't an order. It's strategy.
I'm counting on you, Fee.
It's okay, chat. With the power of herbs, he might win.
For something that's a mere part of me, you're awfully uppity.
I am the Malak Laphicet. I am my own master.
I miscalculated before. I won't hold back this time.
Yeah, PS, by the way, dragon. So, the boss's health is back to full.
But nothing's changed. We're still in the same bind.
Everything's changed. Fee is trying to become someone new.
It's a gamble. I'm in.
Me too.
You stay out of this. Your dumb coin always lands on Skull.
Then you'll just have to flip it over for me.
Oh my gosh, they're still talking. Listen, I want to change moves. I kind of need them to stop talking for a second. Oh, we do have an anti-dragon move. That's right, it's Soaring Dragon. So I'm going to slightly rearrange our moves because I kind of need access to it to get a weakness combo. So I'm going to make sure we have Soaring Dragon set up over here. Because I could very easily add physical to like pretty much any button press afterwards. Yeah, I'm gonna temporarily move these around a little bit. So instead of Heaven's Wrath here, I think I want a cheaper move here. Like we'll do maybe Harsh Rebuttal here.
Not happening. I'm going for the jackpot here.
Let's dodge the boss.
Soaring
Hold on. Did it not count because it's fire?
It is on! Ready to feel the burn?
Huh. Oh, I get. You know what I think's happening, chat? I forgot this was a thing. So, because we don't have enough stun duration yet, we're actually not able to stun the boss and combo off a Soaring Dragon. So I need Soaring Dragon to actually be our third move. I was wondering what was happening there, because I was like, we were definitely doing all the right ones. It just wasn't giving it to us. So I think I'll put Twin Whip here temporarily.
Double haze! Shooting star!
So something like this will be more effective. Yeah, that time we technically chained all the weaknesses, but again, you can see like we're not stunning this enemy at all, which is kind of ridiculous. It is what it is though, chat. Fortunately, we dodged that attack at least. And you can see because its stun duration is so short, we're not actually comboing, even though we are following up move by move. Kind of annoying. But it is what it is. Alright, let's end our combo before we run out of health. There we go. We finally got all of our combos together, but unfortunately, this dragon just kind of ignores what we want. Ooh, almost got Velva killed there, but fortunately, unlike the AI, I can react to that and tag swap out. So we'll play as Magilu for a little bit. I actually stunned him with that? Wow. You go, Magilu. Okay, time to walk away from the dragon. See, it's wasting its time coming to us, but I outrun it. So joke's on this boss, chat. Poor boss, chat. Fortunately, Velvet is now getting a lot of health in the meantime. We probably use her to speed it up again. Yeah, see, like, the boss is actually getting stunned for such a short duration. Twin Whip doesn't even combo. Do we have a faster move? Maybe I could do, something without a delay. Maybe I could do Shell Splitter here to try to get the boss locked down temporarily. Oh, I went to dodge, but I was holding block for too long. Yeah, I think that'll combo without an issue. Alright, let's speed this fight up a little. I've had enough, chat. I want the fight to end. We've seen enough of the boss. Go away, boss. We should fortunately be almost done now. Oh, I dodged too early. That's a shame. Silly dragon boss, chat. Also, what is Velvet doing? I swear, you can't leave her alone for like 10 seconds with the AI sometimes. Did the boss miss me when I was attempting to counter? That's kind of sad. Oh, I countered too early. That sucks. Oh well. Boss should almost be dead though. We're gonna make sure we get a little more blast gauge back in between. Yeah, like her being at 1 blast gauge is not good enough for me. We need her to have way higher amounts. There we go, dodged it that time. One day this boss will be defeated, chat. So fortunately, it looks like most of our allies at least have 1 blast gauge, so in case we get into another fight, it shouldn't be too bad. Because again, we need at least 1 for them to emergency tag swap, and having extra never hurts. Uh-oh. Oh, now it's neighing. Uh-oh, chat, the almighty neigh. Did it? Did it seriously tag swap Velvet and just immediately got her struck? Come on, game. Please stop tag swapping into Velvet. Oh well. We're in an uphill battle again, to no one's surprise, chat. Unfortunately, it's almost done. Oh. I thought I would still be in the dodge. That's unfortunate. See, I'm just not feeling the timing for that attack because I feel like it gives you a really strong... Oh, she's dead. Oh, she's not dead. Oh. I still might be dead. I don't have any souls, so I can't really do anything about this. You know what? If she doesn't die from this, I'll be happy. So I don't think I can block a single attack. I have to dodge everything or I die. Only she had more souls, chat. Finally. There we go, chat. I'm finally getting it. I'm finally doing things with Velvet. There we go. Now I can afford to block a couple of times. There we go, chat. We saved Velvet from death. That's the important thing. We're actually getting a long combo on the dragon. There we go. Look at this. We did it, chat. I finally stunned the boss.
It's healing again.
No, it's not. You talk big, but you're struggling even to protect yourself. If you apologize now, I'll make sure it doesn't hurt when I devour you.
No way I'm apologizing! Not to some jerk who doesn't understand how Velvet feels!
And you're saying that you do? She's my sister.
I know everything, but I won't tell you!
So be it. If I devour you, we'll be one again anyway! The compass!
She isn't yours! Velvet is Velvet!
And you're just a fragment of me!
Guys, look out!
No! So that was your strategy.
Hey, give us more warning! You almost roasted us alive!
You've really done it now. I'll turn you into a dragon. See who's laughing then! What's going on? The malevolence burned away?
We're leaving! Hurry!
Oh, that actually did count as an item-free victory. That's interesting, chat. Apparently that previous fight doesn't even count towards the grade. I didn't know that. Oh, so I could have just been going crazy with items. Oh, that would have been good to know. So anyway, we got a lot of experience. I don't remember who got the finishing blow. I'm just assuming Velvet. We managed to get a decent combo, which is good, because that improves our experience. And we learned a new spell, which is absolutely useless on Chaos, so we'll be disabling that immediately.
They got away.
A silver flame. A strange art that Malak used.
Did you forget that you have the power to digest malevolence? That thing may be a fragment, but it's still part of you.
But the dragon attacked me. If it hadn't disrupted my concentration like that, I never would have let my fragment lay a finger on me.
So long as you learn from your mistake, such a ruse won't work a second time. After all, Malakim are mere servants of the Empyreans. As long as we stay wary, they pose no threat to our ideal world.
Your awakening is nearly complete. None within your domain can stand against you without the power of the 4 elemental Empyreans. And they are fast asleep, far beneath the earth pulses.
I'm going after them.
No, not now. We need to make preparations for the ceremony of suppression.
We'll send this one after them instead.
A demon? Will he be reliable?
True, he can be hard to control. Even after he succumbed to demonhood, he withstood my illusions for 7 days and nights. Even now, he resists on an instinctual level. However, he used to be known as the most fearsome pirate in all the seas. His strength is equal to any legate's. You, capture the Therian Velvet. Do whatever you have to, as long as you keep her alive.
Wait. First...
First, kill him. Kill Laphicet. Before my sister's eyes. He's the only thing keeping her from falling to despair. It's true. Demon or not, he still possesses an odd sort of pride. I'll have to relieve him of such a meaningless burden.
See, chat, things are going fine. We're just having a happy little sail back to Port Cadnix.
Well, that made for good training, at least. We fought an Armatus, an Empyrean, and a dragon. It's a miracle we're still alive.
It's all thanks to Fee.
He's still asleep. He must have used all his physical and mental strength. A fire that burns away malevolence. That's quite the talent he's got there.
Is it because he's part of Innominat?
Sure could be. In one sense, that's a lucky break for us. But on the other hand... Anyway, I lost that bet, and I was so sure I was gonna win, too.
Awful lot of drama you're making over 100 gold.
Don't you dare laugh off 100 gold! One with no respect for gold will be by 20 lions mauled. Everyone knows that.
Right. Anyway, what do we do next?
Nothing's changed. We seal Innominat away and kill Artorias. Even if Innominat has awakened, there must be a way to seal him back again.
Our best lead is still Grimoire's ancient book. We should meet up with Benwick and the others.
Are you sure you want to stay with us?
I don't know if it's the right choice or not. But I refuse to believe Lord Artorias is right. That sacrifices are inevitable bumps on the road to a better world. That's why I'll do what I believe is right, and fight him. Even if I'm wrong, I won't have any regrets.
Do you have any idea how frustrating you are?
You're one to talk.
Eisen, get in touch with Benwick and the others.
That demon. It had to have been.
Eisen?
I think we need a break more than anything. That was a long stretch of battle.
Seconded. Besides, the boy and Zavid aren't waking up anytime soon.
Let's find a place to sleep for tonight. Eleanor, look after Laphicet.
Maybe you ought to carry him. He did all this for you.
Please.
Very well.
You can at least carry the poor kid. Damn, you're cold.
No, quite the opposite.
Unfortunately, Laphicet will temporarily be out of our party. I think we're going to start switching our food strategy around a little bit. So I want to keep the Heavenly Parfait for when we could get the guaranteed Mystic Art for massive damage. Bosses, however, don't really need this. So we're going to make sure to change our auto cook around So I'm actually gonna have probably... Yeah, eat food after battle. Let's have Velvet do it temporarily, I believe. But let's just get a really easy to trigger one. Probably health down. Just seeing what else we have. Yeah, effects of recovery arts we don't care about. Switch blast on trigger. That one's also a pretty easy one to trigger. Guess I'll just go for the prickle boar sausage for now. So since Laphicet's not in our party again, I guess I could do... Ooh, I could increase our health by 20%, but I think what I really want to do... Let's get our magic users up in terms of damage.
Yeah, that's what I call sharp flavor.
When Laphicet's back, we'll swap it around. Or I'll leave it on that one. I don't think it really matters. As long as our damage goes up, that's all I care about. We'll point out the cat just for chat, though. I know, chat's so excited. We saved Zavid. Isn't that what everybody wanted? It's her favorite character. So we'll be dealing with the captain very, very, very soon. But we should probably talk to all the people here before we continue with the plot. What does girl have to say? Ooh, meat is cheap today. Can we have steak for dinner? I'm still growing, so make that a big portion for me. Are you listening, Mom? Mom is not listening. Young man says, there's no future for me in a place like Engand. Chat, I can't take it seriously if they keep calling everything Gand. I'm gonna go to the capital, make a name for myself. I don't need any excitement in my future. I just want to live a nice, peaceful life. Gand. Never enough Gands, chat. So, we're gonna continue to send the ship to the final unlocked expedition area.
I'm glad you didn't win that bet, Magilu.
So we could get more money.
Sure, you're glad, but what witch would be happy at losing? And you pampered Velvet like crazy. It's your fault I lost.
Really? I don't remember doing anything.
Nope, wasn't us.
Staying out of it is just as bad. If you don't throw salt or sugar into an open wound, you're guilty of being too nice. I lost the bet because of you. You owe me.
In that case, let us get in on the action. Let's make another bet.
Oh, I'm listening.
I'll bet 10,000 gold that Velvet cracks.
Oh.
I'll make that same bet. 10,000.
Uh-huh. Hey, wait a minute! You both know that I'm the one who wants to bet that she cracks.
Then you should have spoken up first.
We can call the whole thing off if you want.
No. What kind of gambler would I be if I back down now? I'm afraid I have to take that bet. I hereby bet 10,000 that Velvet doesn't crack. What's so funny?
For someone so stubborn, you can be surprisingly cute sometimes.
You're calling a witch cute? That's slander! You both owe me the money you bet as reparations!
Or Magilu. She didn't get to make the bet that she wanted. I guess we could purchase some of these items. Again, we need materials for later in the game, so even if I'm not using these items, I kind of need them for something later. Let's see. We've been sending out a lot of ship... Oh, excellent. So because we've been keeping pretty diligent eye on the expeditions, look how much cash I gained from the expeditions while casually playing. Like, look at that, chat. I'm almost back up to 1 million. Isn't that crazy? If you play this game, please don't neglect on the expeditions. They give you so much money. We almost tripled what we were at. It's kind of silly. Anyway, there's not too much we could do at the moment. So we're gonna go ahead and progress the plot so we can unlock new areas. Oh my, you look absolutely exhausted. Hurry to your room and get some rest. Sure. Goodbye, 100 gold.
So, should I think of you as my sister?
I'm a Moloch named Ceres. I've inherited Celica's memories, that's all.
And that doesn't make you the same person?
What exactly defines a person's identity? I may have her body and her memories, but...
You're right. If your soul has changed, You're not the same person anymore.
Even if I were Celica, I don't have the right to be called your sister. I followed Artorius' orders without question, sacrificing my own flesh and blood.
What about me? I devoured you. I have no right to condemn you for what you've done.
There's a difference, Velvet. I wanted you to do it. Even had I survived, I would have given myself to you before long. I wanted you to have my power, no matter the cost.
But why?
Right after the Advent, Celica's memories returned to me. It was then I understood what exactly it was I had done. Arthur, kind and caring, transformed into the cruel Artorius he is now.
Why did your memories return?
I don't know. I've heard that very rarely Malakim can regain the memories of their previous lives. Or perhaps this is my punishment for the pain I brought to you all. The stronger I feel my love for Arthur, the less I can forgive Artorius. My hatred of him has grown so deep, I'm not Celica anymore. As Ceres, I can never bring back the Arthur that I loved. Neither do I have the power to defeat Artorius. But you can. You're a Therian. You fully absorbed my power. You can face the Shepherd.
I know. I will stop him.
Forgive me, Velvet. I've pushed everything onto you. My hatred, my determination. I wanted to apologize one last time, at the end.
I'm glad I had a chance to know you. I'm glad that once I could be Laufey's sister. And Celica and Arthur's sister as well. I was happy.
Velvet.
Should you be up so soon?
Yeah, but...
Stay back! It's finally come to this. But of course it did. After all, I chose my revenge over a world of peace. I can't complain if people call me the Lord of Calamity.
Velvet, whether you're human, demon, or Lord of Calamity, it doesn't change that you have beautiful hair.
Laufey said the same thing to me a long time ago. He gave me this comb.
Your heart, I can tell it aches.
Yes. But even still, no. Because of that, I've made up my mind. I'm going to settle things with Artorius and Innominat, once and for all. It must be done. For my sake, and for the sake of those I loved.
I will too. Even without my compass, I'll place my hand on the wheel and chart my own course.
I will defeat Artorius. But if I kill Innominat, Laufey and me and the other Therians, they'll all...
A compass.
I was gonna say, I think the first time I played the game, I always had the dark bottle on, so it was kind of hard to tell. it kind of was her normal aura the first time through.
Why the hell didn't you say something?
Calm down. You were passed out at the time, okay?
I'm going. I've got to stop him.
What's going on?
We got a message from the Von Eltia.
That's great. Is everyone okay?
Yeah. For now.
Huh?
While Benwick and the others were making their getaway, they got word that Eifried was spotted in Endgand. They said they're on their way to Lionel Island to meet him.
That has to be...
Yes, a trap. No doubt set by that horned demon, who may even be Eifried himself.
Eifried is a demon?
Are you serious?
I said may.
Let's head to Lionel Island. Whoever it is, it's a lead. Besides, we can't afford to lose the Von Eltia.
How will we get there? Zavid probably sailed off with the ship we came in on.
We'll steal one from the harbor. I may be a calamity, but I'm frugal.
So we have two minor skits to take a look at.
All. If only I'd noticed sooner.
And we'll be doing that. So let's talk to the townspeople. I wonder if Lord Shigure is well. With his manner of dress, I'm worried he'll catch cold. Oh, he'll never catch cold. Don't worry, he's going somewhere very warm soon. So let's see, Armsmith says, hardness alone doesn't make a good blade. You need flexibility as well to make the blade that'll last. Our job is to find the harmony between the opposing elements of hard and soft. Well, we've heard that echoed a couple times from a few people now. So, chat, we are still coming up to another really great part of the game. But we have to go through a boss first.
Prince Percival safely made it back to the capital. The Abbey used everything they had to rescue him.
I heard he was kidnapped by the Lord of Calamity. So if they got him back, that demon must be...
Dead, along with all of her gang. That's what a friend of mine in the Royal Army told me anyway.
The Abbey's propaganda at work again, I see.
We're finally safe! Hurrah!
Hold up. From what I hear, no one knows if the Lord of Calamity actually gave up the ghost. Her hideout got destroyed, but some say she managed to escape.
What makes them think she escaped?
Fishermen from Port Renede saw a fleet of Abbey ships near that island that's rumored to be a prison. Just a little bit later, they saw a pirate ship speeding away from the area where the Abbey ships were headed.
Well, that was definitely us. Guess it isn't that easy to hide the truth.
There was some talk a while ago about prisoners' bodies washing up on shore at Port Renede, so that story sounds plausible at least.
It does. And here I thought I was safe. So where did the Lord of Calamity go?
The Abbey needs to get their act together and put that monster down already.
Go ahead. Talk all you like.
Poor Velvet. Prattling Sailor says, but what could the Lord of Calamity be after? Sharp-eared Sailor replies, he's out to destroy humanity, right? Demon Blight was his doing too. But why would anyone bear such hatred towards humanity? What reason do you need when you're a monster to the core? That's kind of sad, actually. We're a monster to the core, chat. Sounds about right. We're gonna go ahead and collect some more coins. And we're gonna go ahead and have a little conversation over here.
I saw an Abbey ship heading toward the Sea of No Return. I wonder what they're doing.
They've made that whole area off limits. The guild got an order from the Abbey telling us to stay away.
They're being nice and careful, and taking precautions to keep the secret of Hexen Isle just that.
Yeah, but order or not, no one here is stupid enough to try to sail there.
It's said that compasses go dead, and monsters from the deep appear to swallow ships whole. Whatever the case, ships really have sailed there to never return. Everyone knows that the Sea of No Return is bad news.
Come to think of it, I heard a ship from some other town strayed into those waters and got attacked by a dragon.
A dragon? You sure they didn't just get a bad case of the Corsair Scourge and dream up the whole thing?
Well, that was my reaction, but then again, the Abbey did tell everyone to stay away, so something must be there. Whatever it is, we'd all best leave it be.
The Sea of No Return. What a poetic name.
For the Malakim taken there, that poem is a tragic one.
Everywhere the Abbey sets foot ends up the same.
Experienced Sailor says, dragons are monsters from fairy tales, but so are werewolves and zombies. If Demon Blade has made those real, who's to say it won't do the same with dragons? No way! Dragons are just too dangerous, too powerful. They can't be real. If they were, even exorcists wouldn't stand a chance. He's not wrong with that. We did not get any bonus items to sell. We only got melon and chocolate sauce. That's a bit disappointing. Oh well, we'll have that continually generate money for us for the rest of the campaign. Hey, Code Red Hunt, what do you have to say? You defeated a Code Red, did you? Were you a savior or an executioner? Ah, even the wind from the sea weeps. We defeated the Eater of Gold. What other things do we have to unlock? That's interesting. We have another monster we could fight at Titania. I mean, we did lose access to it, so presumably we'll go back there at some point. So it allows the ability to add up to 3 skills to equipment on hard or higher. So that's actually a really fantastic ability. So right now we were pretty just limited to just 2 skills, but having 3 is just phenomenal. Especially since we could get like potentially all the stun ones or all the break soul ones there. I'm trying to think if we could have done that earlier or not. Because technically I never checked Velvet's cell, because I think that's where that monster is. If not, we should still be able to do it at some point. I don't think any of these are missable. It's not a big deal if we don't have it now. It would have been nice, but we'll go clean it up at some point.
How about this one? The hull looks sturdy, and I don't see anyone aboard.
You're surprisingly into this.
Maybe you've got a criminal streak in you after all.
What? No,
What do you think, Eisen?
She'll do. Let's take her.
Well, I guess we'll take it. They want us to go to Lino Island. And as you can see, our destination choices are Lino Island, and Lino Island. So, because we have to go there, we'll just skip ahead. I know, Eleanor is all about thievery now, chat. Look what we did to her.
Eisen, everything all right?
We're almost at Lionel Island, all thanks to this ship. She's got a good compass.
Yeah.
If only my inner compass held as steady. From the first moment I laid eyes upon that demon, I think I knew it was Ifrid. But some part of me refused to accept it.
That's because you're Ifrid's friend, don't you think? After all, he taught you that the Reaper's curse was part of you, part of your creed.
We were lost at sea once. 20 straight days we floated together, close to death. And all he says is, you sure know how to liven up an adventure.
He sounds like an incredible person.
You did the same thing for Velvet, you know.
Only because you taught me how, Eisen. Your wheel is yours to hold, right?
That's right. That's what it is to live by one's...
Look, it's Lionel Island.
Not good. The Von Eltia's already there. We're too late.
Eleanor! What's going on? What happened? A horned demon attacked us out of nowhere!
They're breathing. Barely.
Zavid rushed here to save us. Had he not come when he did, we'd all be dead.
Don't give Zavid credit.
All because I hesitated.
Where'd they go? Zavid lured the beast away, towards the interior.
Let's go.
We might as well talk to everybody here. We're not in a rush. It's only Zavid. Hearted Pirate goes, good to see you safe, Skipper. Fool, you're no good to me if you don't watch out for yourself. What do you have to say, Grimoire? The fight between Zavid and the Horned Demon moved onto the island's interior. Be wary, that demon is hiding something. What do you have to say, Medusa? The message that told us to come here was in a code known only to the Von Eltia's crew. Why would it lead us to this mess? Pirate, that guy throws one heck of a punch. Skipper, I think that may be the meanest foe we've ever faced. Aye, no mistake. Phew. I'd be worm food right now if it weren't for Laphicet's healing. Benwick says, darn. Watch yourself, Skipper. That horn brute is... No, it couldn't be. He'd never fight like that. Simmer down, Benwick. I'll do what needs doing. Kamawana cries and says, don't leave me, Dial. Don't worry, Kamawana. I think I caught a glimpse of hell there, but I'll be fine. Oops, didn't want to talk to Kamawana again. Hiragana says, I'm sorry. That horned demon's fighting style is so fluid. It's like he's got no style at all, in fact. What? That doesn't... What? I couldn't lay a finger on him. No, I don't think that's how that works. So, unfortunately, we'll still have to go back to Titania for that other monster. Again, that is a really, really great ability. I think that's all we could talk to, though. So, chat, we're gonna use that shortcut exactly once. So I feel really bad if you never went back for that shortcut, because then you have to do this entire dungeon again, which is ridiculous, by the way. I just realized I was using Lapiset, or I wasn't using Lapiset as the party leader. I think for this upcoming battle, I'm gonna do something like this. I want all of our spellcasters in here. Something like this. There we go. And since we're forced into a location we can't really escape from, the White Turtles is here. It says, I thought it was turtle soup. I never would want to go to a place like that again. Oh, we have actual purchasable items. Oh, chat, we just casually are gonna buy something called the Finger of God, one of my favorite items, just from its name. Not its abilities, chat, but just because that name is fantastic. What a great item. That's how you name something. Oh, hey, another armor. Nice. Listen, chat, we're gonna grace them with the Finger of God. That's all you need to know. So I believe one of the yeah, Magulu didn't have it. Fire type damage reduced by 6%. You know what? I'll take that. I'll definitely take that. Let's have a quick save here. I don't think anything respawned because we didn't pick up enough herbs here. But I guess we could always keep an eye out. So unfortunately, due to how this dungeon works, you can't just teleport to the boss room. Which honestly would have also been acceptable to me if you were allowed to do that, if like the dungeon had sub-areas you could go to. But no. No, chat, we have to do the dungeon again. Partially, anyway. Although I think this time around, they give you the small mercy of disabling all the puzzles, so you don't have to redo the puzzles. I mean, I guess they thought about it a little bit, chat. I guess. How are we doing blast gauge-wise? Oh, right, that was a forced rest, and rest always recovers blast gauge. So we're gonna be at our best fighting, Captain.
Is that demon really Ifried?
Aizen would know better than anyone, so I'd take it as a fact.
But I thought when people have a strong will like you and Kurogane, they don't lose themselves upon becoming a demon. From how Aizen talks about him, I'd say his strength of will should be considerable.
Even if you don't lose yourself, a demon is a demon. When you change, you're no longer human. I don't remember how I felt as a human, but I bet the human me would have thought I'm a real monster.
But would the old part of Ifried allow him to be so obedient to the Abbey?
No. He didn't seem to be following Melchior of his own free will. I imagine Melchior's illusory arts are at play.
Like what we saw at Loringen in a ball? Is that enough to control a demon?
They would seem so. But more importantly, someone with a psyche resilient enough to impress Aizen should be extraordinarily hard to turn into a demon.
So Melchior must be using a particularly nasty illusion, eh?
Ifried, Aizen, please be okay.
Flashing creeds?
We have to hurry. Zavid's all alone.
Well, he's not exactly an ally. He's got his own creed. Remember the White-Horned Dragon? He might try to protect Ifried.
So Aizen might too, right? This is Ifried we're talking about, so...
He's a demon now. He's not Aizen's old buddy anymore.
Even if we can't bring him back to being human, there has to be something we can do to make him... himself again.
If he's a demon, he'll never be himself again. He attacked Benwick and the rest of his crew. The old Ifried's gone.
So... what does Aizen plan to do?
I don't know. That's up to him. Worst case, we might have to fight him too. It's best you prepare yourself for that possibility.
But
Oh, it's warning us we'll fight Zavid. I mean, I don't have anything to really say to that, chat. Just no positive commentary anyway. So yeah, we're gonna be meeting up with Melchior before. It'll be kind of interesting. I wanted to touch upon something that Kirk said, but now I forget what the point was. It was something that was mentioned back when we were looking at the captain. Oh well, it'll come to me in time. But for now, we're just gonna continue onwards. Oh, now I remember what I was gonna talk about. So, yeah, Kirk was mentioning that we'll need potentially the help of the Elemental Empyreans, which is pretty spot on. We're definitely gonna need some outside assistance in order to deal with our Lord and Savior Anominat. I just want to see if there's anything respawning in here. Oh, some of the chests did respawn. I might as well just go grab them while I'm here. Also, it seems like I missed a chest over here, so let's make sure we grab this one. Summertime waistcoat. Waistcoat made with porous material, ideal for summer and remarkably combat. I don't think I have that. I think that's new. So it lowers our art damage a little bit, but this is one of those few armors that has attack power. So something like this would be ideal for a character like Velvet, actually. But unfortunately, it's a male only. So I think for now, I'll just put it on Aizen, because his defense is terrible. So him getting 135 from this is actually pretty good. Now, our weapons are still pretty subpar, I must say. At this point in the game, this is just kind of sad, really. But we'll make do. So we'll check out the other chest to see if it respawned with anything. And then if it didn't, we'll just move on to the boss fight. Can't remember if this was... Oh, it was another special chest. I was thinking both of these were special chests, so I wanted to go out of my way to check these again. Unfortunately, we just got a blob ring. But hey, we got a new armor from the other one, so that one was totally worth it, chat. So yeah, just make sure if you do come back here, just remember that that area in particular has 2 nice chests, and it could give you something you don't have, like we just experienced. Now, we also picked up a random item called Rough Gemstone. I think that's one of the better items you could pick up for cash. If I'm not mistaken, it's worth like 16,500 or something when you go to sell it. So that actually does save us a little bit of time later. So I'm happy that that's there. So I will check these out every now and then. The comfreys and things like that are not worth it. They're worth like single-digit gold. So chat, let's think about what needs to be done. We're going to be coming into... I'm not going to say it's like a hard fight, because we've leveled a bit more, but it could be easy to underestimate the difficulty of this fight. Fortunately, we're not, like, the minimum level to reach here, so we should do okay. This boss does have a mystic art we have to be aware of, so if you're looking to get the achievement where you see every possible mystic art, just make sure to see this person's mystic art. You will not get another chance if you miss it. You'd have to start a whole new game again. New Game Plus style. Seems like I missed the chest here as well. But that's fine. I mostly came over here for the cat souls. We should probably double check for chests next time, somewhere in this area. Comfrey is not what I wanted. It's probably in the boss arena. I just never went back to it or something silly. So that's fine. We'll double check this area before long. And again, we need more cat souls. So I will collect any that I see on the way there. Oh no, Zavid lost. What a shame, chat.
Zavid, you alright? Stop. I know these fists. This is Ifrid.
Why didn't you fight back?
Ifrid. She pulled me back from the brink. I owe him. This time, It's my turn to bring him back.
A demon can never be human again.
So what? That's supposed to make me change my creed? What do you think, Ifreed?
Okay, every time Zavid gets hit, it brings a smile to my face, chat. Hey Antos, how's it going?
Going after kids now? Benwick and your crew risked their lives by your side. Zavid's an idiot, but he stands by his beliefs.
He's definitely an idiot.
I won't let anyone trample their creeds. Even you!
So let me get this straight. Zavid is now making the boss fight harder. Thanks, Zavid. Can you request Zavid's an idiot as a voice clip?
And now, it's time to pay it back!
I'm not sure how often you'd get to use it, but sure, I could make a voice clip out of it. So he actually drops a really important item if you're playing through the game the first time. So if you're not playing New Game Plus, normally you have like a management system with different bottles, and this is the first time you get an item that lets you unlimitedly teleport. So that's kind of nice. It's kind of a nice drop. Now, surprisingly, this boss is almost all physical damage. Now, also take note that if the boss stuns you, he's going to do 50% more damage. So if he does happen to stun us, we're probably going to die. Even though he's not like crazy in terms of power. Also, what's kind of funny there is the boss hit me, but because Velvet has the unnamed boots, I'm invincible the first few seconds of the fight, so it didn't actually hit me, if you're wondering what happened there.
I am. Let's settle this.
Easier said than done. He's a sturdy birdie.
I'm sorry, what? Did he just one-shot me? Oh, well that kind of is unfortunate on many levels.
And that's why I've got to do this.
Well, that was just most unfortunate, chat. So he does some serious damage. I forgot how much damage he did, and that was kind of unfortunate, really. That makes everything harder. But it's fine. What I was trying to do is he only has a weakness to physical. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of some of these other moves. So I think I want Harsh Rebuttal into... probably Gouging Spin, because that move is so fun. Instead of Soaring Dragon, which I don't like as much because it takes you into the air. We'll go with something cheap like Searing Edge. And, I don't really need any of these offhand. I don't know if I need Twin Whip and Water Snake. I might make the last one, one of these should probably be Twin Whip. Yeah, this one should probably be Twin Whip. That way I could just make this one the Earth move. In case we need an on-the-fly Earth move, let's do that. That way it's a bit more well-rounded. So yeah, boss does some damage. We need to weaken him but not kill him. So you can just Wombo combo him. He's way easier to deal with than the other bosses we fought. But then we won't get to see his Mystic Art. So I'm gonna purposely drop combo here so he doesn't get Wombo comboed. This poor boss, chat. Like, again, if you just constantly attack him, he's not really a threat. But he will do insane damage randomly, so you have to be wary of that. So fortunately, pretty soon he should be targetable for Mystic Art. So we'll have to let him kill us just to showcase it, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Oh, I didn't disable life on Eleanor? Thank you, chat. Thank you for pointing that out. She's so bad with it. Oh, disable that spell. Chat, why does this cost 72 soul gauge? You literally can't even cast this without doubling, excuse me, the cast time if you only start with 3 souls. This is terrible. Thank you, chat. Thank you for reminding me. She'll be casting that spell for like 20 years otherwise. So fortunately, we should be at a point that he'll start using his other moves. So he has a little bit of Aizen's moveset, which is kind of nice. As you can see, he likes to dodge a lot, which is kind of annoying. like there's pretty much nothing I could have done there. So now he should start using his Mystic Art. But we'll let him get a little lower on health. So he's at 5 souls, so he... Oh, so that Rapid Punch usually leads to Mystic Art. But I think he's getting interrupted by our allies. I might need to let him hit us on purpose. Come on. Now you want to do it. Try this one more time. He should definitely do it now. He's low enough. I might have to tell our allies to stop attacking, though. Come on. Come on. I think our allies are stun locking him so hard. Oh, I actually tried getting hit by that, but I forgot about the auto guard. Okay, so if he doesn't do it in a second, I'm gonna have to tell our allies to stop attacking, which is kind of sad. Oh, that just straight up one-shot us. Oh, well, I don't want that to happen. I need to actually survive the hit to get it to trigger. This is kind of sad. Like, I'm trying to show off his Mystic Art, but our allies are just too good, chat. Hold on, they're too good. Let's just say defense only. I mean, clearly this is working, chat. Yeah, Ifree, do you mind trying a little harder? I know I have 3 spellcasters. Oh, that should have triggered that. I guess I only got clipped by the... Come on. Come on.
Not good.
Really? He's not gonna do it? What's going on? Hello? He definitely has a Mystic Art. Come on, game. Does he have to be lower on health? It seems like he's very low on health. I'm scared of actually killing him, because I do want to show it off to the chat. I mean, I'll just combo him if he doesn't want to pay attention to me. We'll just show a solo combo exhibition. I don't really care. There we go. Please hit me. Oh, I can't get stunned while I'm in Therian form. Hold on. Let's switch to Magilu. Really? I have never seen this boss refuse the Mystic Art before. Did I accidentally skip something? Come on, boss. You can do it. There we go. Magilu died for the sins. Okay, now we can just go on to full-on murdering him. I just wanted to show that off, chat. I just thought that was kind of a... It was kind of interesting special. I just don't know why he just decided not to Mystic Art that whole time. He kept doing, like, every other attack but the one that I guess triggered it. We'll say, be defensive, because I don't want... Actually, you know what? Yeah, I guess that's okay. Something like this should be okay. So I was slightly reducing the damage. You might have noticed sometimes that it did 100, sometimes it did 93. I'm basically rapid tapping guard to reduce the damage. Okay, we should get a decent combo from this.
Ready to die? Think you can dodge? Just try. Perfect mayhem.
Oh. Why didn't Velvet combo that? That was weird. She swapped. Oh, maybe because they swapped her somewhere else. I didn't notice. There we go. This should kill him, because I'm going to swap into Laphicet just to make sure.
You wronged me! Here's your justice! By the order! Is it hot or is it just...
That didn't kill him either? Oh, what a shame. That was a miscalculation. What a jerk, chat. We're just trying to show off his mystic art.
End of the road.
Taking hostages now.
I'm sorry. Just forget about me. I'm prepared for whatever happens.
All right. You've grown. You're a man now. Family, friends, everything I ever tried to hold on to, all of it trickled away, fell from my grasp. But a certain idiot once told me, if you can't hold something in your hand, then make a fist and take it by force. This fist will take everything back. Just like you told me to!
I know this fist. It's you. Sorry. Caused you a lot of trouble, didn't I?
Don't worry about it. We're friends, right?
Ifrid!
A demon changed back into a human?
Forget it. It's too late.
I'm sorry. If I only knew how to use my power.
Stop crying. Didn't you say you were prepared for anything?
But Eisen, you were searching for Ifrid for so long.
You're still as soft as you ever were. Boy, I'll let you in on little secrets. Your power comes from being part of Innominat. Which means, if you can seal off his domain, you actually got a chance of putting up a good fight.
Seal off his domain?
The 4 elemental Empyreans sleeping in the earth pulses. If you can rouse them from their slumber. Hurry, while Artorias and Innominat are occupied. They're getting ready for some ceremony of suppression. It's now or never, kid.
Thank you, Ifrid.
I'm just sad I can't go with you. It sounds like a goddamn blast.
I won't apologize.
You shouldn't. I'm grateful. You always kept things from getting dull. If we ever meet again,
let's raise some hell. Eisen. Yeah, we will. See you, Eifried. I owe you one, Zavid.
We had a chance to bring him back, but you went and killed him. Next time I see you, we'll settle the score. Between me and your creed.
Oh, Zavid, go away.
See you around, Zavid.
I'm really mad you did let him kill Laphicet. How dare you? Like, come on, chat. What a terrible characterization. I will rag on Zavid all day, chat. I do not like that character whatsoever. Anyway, we got new abilities. We got Banishing Thunder, which I think is decent. Now, Plundering Ghost is very interesting as a spell. So, to describe it very briefly, basically, if you're low on souls, you have a higher chance of it automatically granting you a soul. So this is Eisen's spellcaster comeback. So if you think you can't melee safely, which is fair, his melee is kind of risky at points, this Plundering Ghost lets him slowly attain souls at a distance. So that's always nice. Orochi's Fury is also a pretty solid art from Rokuro. The problem, I think, with that spell is it just costs too much. Excuse me, I keep saying spell. The art costs a little too much. So it's kind of hard to do in a casual playthrough unless you're stacking the SP cost down. So now we learn skills at a faster rate. We already have the Bottomless Bottle. Denor.
So, we need to wake the 4 elemental Empyreans? But how do we do it? Dunno. Maybe you tickle their divine footsies with a feather until they...
You're back!
And you're looking better.
Somehow. But what happened to that demon?
We killed him. Benwick. He...
Let me tell him. The rest of you, find Grimoire and ask her about the 4 Empyreans.
Eisen.
Are you sure?
Do it. He gave us this chance. We can't waste it.
Okay.
So chat, we are coming up to another really great part of the game, and they hinted about it, so I might as well just mention it by name. But the ceremony suppression, the after effects of this particular event are quite fantastic. So I've been talking to a lot of the NPCs on purpose, so you can get an idea of some of their personalities, or some of the goings-on within the city itself. And we're gonna see how they react after the ceremony of suppression. It'll be very interesting. So chat has that to look forward to. Now, fortunately, I don't think we have to see Zavid at all until post-game. So I think that's also something good we can think about, chat. I don't think he's required for anything here. Yeah, Banishing Thunder also causes art down, which is actually kind of solid. So I might replace our Megasonic Thrust here with art down. It's because that is generally more useful. So yeah, so long, Zavid, you won't be missed. Don't let the door hit you on the way out, Zavid. Yeah, it's just a shame Soaring Dragon goes in the air, because otherwise I think it's a good move, but... is there something else I should be doing here? Bottle Rise. I actually like how many hits the Grounding Strike does. I feel like it does add a lot to our combos. However, I should probably make this not Gouging Spin, because I've already repeated that move. So let me switch it to something simple. Not like a lot of cost. Probably another physical. Something like that should be okay. So let's go ahead and save before we do anything else. I think that went fairly well. I mean, the boss was not cooperating and just refused to Mystic Art me, but I think other than that, it went okay. So let's see. A number of pirates passed away in the attack. When an outlaw meets his end, it's his own fault, but still, how could a captain slaughter his own crew? That's too cold-blooded, even for a lizard. Amana says, the pirates all seem pretty down. It's not their fault, though. That horned demon was really scary. What do you have to say, Kuragane? The pirates knew what they were facing when the Horned Demon attacked. Even so, through sadness and anger, they gallantly battled on, not one backed down. That's the power of humanity, wouldn't you say? What do you have to say about this incident? Oh, you have nothing new to say. You're just gonna tease us about the devil we have to go find later. So let's progress the story a little more.
Resurrect the elemental Empyreans. True. If we do that, we might be able to suppress Inominat's domain.
It may even liberate the minds of the Malakim that Inominat has under his control.
I'm sure some will no longer obey their exorcists.
Good. We'll take a big bite out of their forces.
More importantly, Inominat will lose the ability to enhance the resonance of his exorcists. Most exorcists will no longer even be able to perceive Malakim at all, just like before. Of course, anyone as innately gifted as me is another story.
Will I become unable to see Laphicet?
We won't know until we try.
Eleanor...
Then let's give it a shot. I'll accept whatever happens.
But these elemental Empyreans, they're gods, right? You sure it's okay to disturb their beauty sleep?
They control the 4 elements. Waking them is likely to upset the balance of the world quite a bit.
I'll take that as a no then.
We don't even know how to revive them. At worst.
If it's anything like the opening, then we need to offer a sacrifice at the Earth Pulse on a Scarlet Night.
We have to kill someone?
The act of killing is not essential to the ceremony. All that's needed is a soul free of malevolence.
If that's true, then doesn't Velvet already have a whole belly full of them?
The exorcists I devoured.
It's perfect. You're a Therian. You're capable of releasing the power you absorb. The souls of the high-ranking exorcists you ate should do nicely.
Use Oscar and Teresa's souls to resurrect the Empyreans?
It's worth a try at least. When's the next Scarlet Night? 3 years after the Advent. In other words, soon.
Do we have enough time? The 4 Empyreans are asleep in different places, right?
Correct. 4 Earth Pulses for 4 Empyreans. But if you use a life pool, you may be able to awaken all 4 at the same time.
A life pool?
Earth Pulses normally flow horizontally, but in exceptionally rare cases, they can flow vertically. This causes energy to collect at the Earth Pulse's base, forming a life pool. Though sometimes the energy flows the other way, upward, into what's called a life spring.
Oh! So if we make use of one of these life pools, a single sacrifice could reach all 4 Empyreans.
Where are they? There's a life pool in the northern reaches of Midgand, but I heard a large temple was built over it recently.
That's the Empyrean throne! We can't go there, it's Inominat's home base!
Ah, most unfortunate.
Couldn't we use a life spring? It all connects to the same place, right? We'll have to go against its flow, but...
We'll force the soul right down its throat.
Where's the nearest life spring?
Our best bet would be Mount Killerhouse.
Eisen?
I'm fine. What's done is done.
Killerhouse? That's the volcano on the northernmost tip of Northgand, but it's a hellscape of ice and lava!
Naturally. Killerhouse is the most powerful life spring there is.
So, in short, we shove the souls of the exorcists into the molten core of that volcano.
That should awaken the 4 elemental Empyreans. Together, they will seal off Inominat's domain. It's just a theory, but...
It's one I'll put my money on.
Me too.
Then we're off to Northgand. Mount Killerhouse is north of Helives.
So what I like is that they mentioned the mountain much earlier in the game, and I love that it's finally coming around to it. As we talked about, why would we go there? Also, I was just thinking, just in case that other cutscene wasn't a skit, I kind of made a mistake there. So well, it's too late now. I should have saved in a different save file. It is what it is, though, chat. I do have the quick save. I might have to replay a little bit of the game to get that other voice clip. As long as I don't quick save again, we should be okay. So I just love how casually everybody comes to the conclusion that, yeah, we're just gonna shove a whole bunch of souls down a volcano. I love that that is a plot point in this game. It brings me great joy, chat. Pirate says, come on, it's time for action. Sitting around and taking it is against our creed. We're as ready as ever. Sorry, but it'll take a lot more than that to break Ifrit's crew. What do you have to say, Grimoire? Awakening the elemental Empyreans by injecting an exorcist soul into Mount Kilaros. As a plan, it's sheer lunacy, but we have no other weapons with which to fight a Nominaut. I mean, she's not wrong. It is definitely lunacy. I've never done something so ridiculous. It's actually rather thrilling.
The ship's ready to sail. Where are you headed?
We don't have a problem. If you've got a grudge, we can settle it here and now.
Huh? Why would we have a grudge against you guys? The first mate fought like the first mate. The captain died like the captain, right?
I suppose.
Then no swabby here can blame you for what happened. We're Ifrit's pirates, and don't forget it. We're not so pathetic that we need pity from some Lord of Calamity.
All right. The ship's in your hands.
Aye aye. You can count on us.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say we were missing a skit, but it just popped now. Okay, we're good.
The Von Eltia looks the same as ever. But it feels utterly different, doesn't it?
Yeah. Even Benwick looked like he'd been crying.
I can imagine. But if we let ourselves despair now, we'd be a disgrace to Ifrit's creed.
We have to swallow our anger and grief, and sail on.
Right. Following a creed isn't always pleasant. We must do what we must.
I won't allow the Abbey to do things like this.
Destroying someone like that, turning them into a puppet, it's unconscionable.
Still, a heart can never be fully bridled. It can be shattered, but never erased entirely.
Ifrit proved that.
Right. His body is gone, but he lives on through his crew. Magilu is right. What lives in one's heart can never be erased.
Yeah. The heart is eternal.
Okay, so I think we've talked to everybody that we need to talk to. So we should get some rain to move around. Unfortunately, the only place we could go to is Helavis because they really, really, really want us to focus on the plot. I mean, technically, we could go to the other arenas now, but we probably shouldn't do that. So I believe this is where the interesting cutscene plays, if I'm not mistaken. We'll see. If we're in the middle of the ocean when it happens, I believe this is the cutscene I've been waiting for. Yeah, I think it's coming, chat.
Orichalcum or not, Stormquell snapped like a twig.
I'm afraid so. It was Innominat who did it. But I think Shigure could have done the same.
So hardness alone isn't enough. Forgive me. I thought I had found clarity, but it was only foolish pride.
You should be proud. You are, without a doubt, the greatest swordsmith in the world. I'm looking forward to your next blade.
Even now, you would still place your trust in me.
For a master smith.
Is there any other swordsmith who could craft a blade out of Orichalcum?
He kind of sucks at his job.
You're a master of your art. A visionary who spent centuries working to forge a blade of legend. I'm honored to know you.
I don't know what to say.
Unless, of course, you've given up on making a sword to surpass Stormhowl.
Does this look like the face of a man who's given up?
Not in the least.
We're making good time.
The only problem is that ceremony that Artorius was going on about. We don't know how long it'll take.
Ifrit said they called it the Ceremony of Suppression. Most likely, it's how Innominat plans to release his power.
Most likely. He hasn't absorbed Laphicet in your despair, so Innominat should still be incomplete. But if his powers fully awaken...
Humanity will be robbed of their free will.
I can hear them celebrating now. The uglinesses of the human soul are suppressed. And the world is free of malevolence! Hurrah! Hurrah!
Robbing humanity of its will. They'll be like I once was. Something's coming!
Here it comes, chat. It's so important it gets an anime cutscene. We'll talk about the blacksmith in a little bit, but witness the power of Phenomenot, chat.
Hey, please, guys, let's not fight!
This is a domain?
Inominat's domain.
Their wills have been stolen.
It's not been fully sealed away yet. Rokuro, give him a good smacking. Wake him up!
On it.
Aizen!
Got it. We'll put in at the nearest harbor. To Port Zexen!
So we are not allowed to go straight to the volcano, Chad. We have to go somewhere else first.
I feel like some jerk played tug of war with my brain.
Dig up some spirit. They're trying to strip away your will.
Oh no!
I love this, chat.
Look! It's that merchant! You're all right!
I do not deserve to be all right. I used people, stepped on them just to make a profit. I even aided wanted criminals so that I could expand my business. My soul is black with ugliness and can never be forgiven.
No, wait! Stop!
The world needs to be purified of malevolence. I don't belong here. I have to die. I have to die. I have to die.
No, it's not right!
Oh!
You can die if you want, but saying you have to die is a good way to make my blood boil.
Those awakened to their own malevolence seek to end their lives. Welcome to Artorias' uncompromising world of reason.
First they steal humanity's rudder, and now they want to say who lives and who dies?
We should find out what's happening here, unless you'd rather not see.
You're right. I wouldn't. But I won't hide from the truth any longer.
Before anything else, we'll need to confirm just how far his power reaches. Let's head to Logris.
So this is the result of their ceremony of suppression.
Seems that way. They've brought their peace to mankind.
So I think our goal, chat, for the stream, we'll have a probably normal length stream. We're gonna cut off when we get to Logris, I think, because we have quite a few skits to see between now and then.
Innominate suppression. Is this the ideal world the Abbey envisions?
Bien! There's no life in anyone's eyes! This isn't a fun place at all! It's not just people's minds being shackled. They're being forced to die, too. It's terrible.
Why would dying be part of anyone's ideal world?
Even under such strict control, new sins can still rise to the surface. If that happens, it's better to end the life of the sinner. Melchior came to the same logical conclusion.
What utter rubbish.
Anyway, we need to get to Logris.
Innominate's expanding domain, sure.
What's going to happen to the world? How far will Innominate's power spread? When his domain expanded, I felt a faraway power suddenly come closer. It was enough to blot out the whole sky. I'm sure it's covered other towns too.
His domain has certainly extended to at least the entire populace of this country. Otherwise, what would be the point?
That means what happened at Port Zexon is happening everywhere.
Everyone is either a puppet, or...
dead by their own hands.
Innominate created this ideal hell in a single moment. That's the power we're up against.
So we few are standing against a truly monumental force.
This is your last chance to turn back.
Turn back to what exactly?
Forward or back, we're headed into hell either way.
At least this way, I'll have my own free will. I'd prefer a living damnation to that oblivion.
Well, don't come crying to me later.
Let's move along then.
So let's chat with all the NPCs here, because this is my other favorite thing in the game. Like, you got to see the merchant, who was probably most related to us in the plot, have a special cutscene. But if you talk to all the other NPCs, you get to see how their views have been warped and things that they consider reasonable are quite messed up. So let's enjoy the town for what it is, chat. Doc Trader goes, "Ugh, I have sinned. I am a vile, selfish soul. I must die. I must die. I must die." He was always tougher than boiled leather. To see him like this. Ugh, I feel so dizzy. Not sure whether to blame Innominate or Rokuro's beating. Well, chat, let's see how the rest of the village is faring. Apparently the cats is doing okay, so I guess that's one being that's not really impacted by this. So before we do that, let's head a little to the north. I think there's some people we could talk to over here. Indeed there is. Uh-oh, townsperson says, "A pet cat is meaningless and only wastes food. It must be eliminated. It must be eliminated. It must be eliminated." Well, that's kind of a dark turn. Goodbye, pet cat. We chose not to rescue you for some reason. I don't really know if that cat is there later in the game or not. Guess we'll find out later, chat. So things are not looking good. They're looking to kill off animals. Cats are free of malevolence since they don't care. That's very true. I completely agree with that statement. Like them all lined up, nice and orderly. Let's go view this skit. Hey, remember this guy? I think this is the guy that wanted to sell merchandise. Remember him, Chad, from the city in Logris? He wanted to commemorate the ceremony.
I was a fool for trying to sell commemorative chalices to the people visiting the Empyrean's throne. Happiness can't be bought with ill-gotten gains made through deception. In an effort to change my malevolent ways, I sold my shop and entered the holy priesthood. Rather than pursue my own greed, I've chosen to dedicate my life to bringing the sacred teachings to all.
Wow, look how shiny and pure he is. So this is what happens when Innominate suppresses all of someone's sins and desires.
How nauseating. And this is the kind of world they're trying to create.
So we'll speak to him again. We must cast away all self-serving desires. Deny the self, serve the many. Serve the many. Serve the many. What do you have to say, soldier? It is our duty to defend this gate with our lives. We will let none through. None must pass, mumble. Let's take the treasure chest since we're here. Unfortunately, we're capped on fragments. Or else that would have been nice to get. Hello, Orderly. What do you have to say? Dispel doubt and confusion. Obey reason. You are a vessel for serving the many. Yes, unaware as a Moloch, grumble. Soldier says, there's no need for reflection. Entrust all to the Abbey. Old man, we stand as a shield against demons. We shall become bait for demons. That is the ultimate duty of our generation. No, don't do it. Sacrificing yourself like that would be folly. Words are useless right now, Eleanor. Their minds are filled with twisted reason. What do you have to say, old man? Give all for the many. Dedicate your life. This is the true reason. True reason. Ignore the few. Serve the all. Serve. 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 They're not doing so hot, chat. The individual is but a cog in the service of the whole. The tranquility of all represents the highest level of happiness for the individual. It's a kind of interesting and warped view that they have there, chat. To rid ourselves of sins, we must rid ourselves of desire. Whoever fails in this is a malevolent soul. They must perish. See, look, the world's better, and Anomanat's taking over, chat. This doesn't have some really dark undertones throughout. I mean, clearly the heroes have won, and as the Lord of Calamity, we're just gonna give up. You know, we're just gonna let Artorias do his thing. Odorless fluid, what a great find. Boy says, I must work for the many, for the many, for the many. Even the children, chat. Everybody has their role in society. Look how productive that is. Let's check the inn. What happens if I talk to the innkeeper? This establishment and I are dedicated to providing food, a place to rest, and any other assistance. We'll ignore him for now. There is no need for emotion. There is no need for thought. Well, perilous emotion. Obey proper reason. So we can't do the Bugmaster minigame while he's, like that. Townsperson says, the time of tranquility has come. The gift of the Empyrean Anominat must be obeyed. What do you have to say, bartender? I provide the sustenance required to sustain the activity of individuals. That is my role.
First, I took nectar to escape all my hardships, and I drank to run from all my pain. Even if I resisted, endured the pain, nothing changed. I've spent my life running. I'm pathetic, but I won't run anymore. I'm disposing of all the drinks in town. What the world needs now isn't dependence, but freedom. And I'll see that we have it.
Hey now, that's the kind of repentance that should only come the morning after a night of fun and too much drink.
And if you're afraid of losing yourself, drinking is a far better option than falling under Enominat's control.
So things are going well. Let's get the expedition out of the way. I saw two golden letters along the bottom, like two separate lines of golden letters. So that means we just made money, so that's nice. Drunken Sailor doesn't seem to be impacted by the ceiling so far. Oh no, never mind. I can't run away any longer. I must purge my malevolent heart and be reborn as a man of reason. I must change myself, be reborn. He seemed kind of more normal in his delivery, but I guess it finally overtook him. Townsperson says, there is no need for thought, and trust all to the shepherd's teachings. What do you have to say, merchant? Buying, selling, dismantling, enhancing. I take every aspect of business seriously. Well, if you're gonna go ahead and do that, I think we should probably just purchase all your items then. Again, we need a lot of powders and things like that later, so this is just gonna help in the end. We do it now. Is anybody using a weapon that's not enhanced? Oh, eventually we need to use Finger of God, that's right. I mean, come on, that thing has a ridiculous name. So, oh, she still hasn't mastered her weapon, really? Well, Aizen, it's time to learn the Finger of God. Unfortunately, this reduces your blast gauge, but it adds a phenomenal amount of magic attack, which makes it a pretty good casting item. There you go, if you wanted Caster Aizen, this is a pretty good mix. What do you have to say, townsperson?
Hey, you're Kakiku's menagerie.
Ooh, close. It's Magilu's menagerie.
I apologize for always demanding that you entertain me, despite my inability to even remember your name correctly. I'm also sorry to you, miss, for always insisting you do that tedious little bird impression of yours. I feel so bad I could just punch myself. Nay, I must.
I'm not sure if I'm more angry or confused.
It is wrong to seek pleasure from viewing petty tricks and pointless entertainment. Honest hard work alone is right. Someone such as I, who was unable to live in accordance to the simplest of truths, should disappear from this earth. Please, use that special trick you told me of. Make me disappear forever.
I don't know if we should make him disappear forever. What else does he have to say? A man who is swayed by desire is useless to the many. That means I am unworthy of existence. I must be erased from this world. Erased from this world. Well, I don't think that's a good takeaway. Soldier says there is no place for questions. Simply do what must be done. Things are not looking so hot, chat. I definitely want to pause before I lock myself out of merchants, because I'd like to do some enhancing and disenchanting in a little bit, but we'll take that out between streams. So for now, let's make our way to Logris. Again, we'll get as many capsules as we can find. Oh, Tails coins. One of the worst finds. They're so useless. It should not have given us a denomination lower than, like, 500. That should have been the lowest. The fact that we get 9 is, like, insulting. Did this herb respawn yet, or no? Did not. Okay. That's fine. It's not a big deal if it has or hasn't. It's just nice to pick up stat bonuses if they're there. So, Kirk, what do you think of the ideal world? I clearly we should just end the game here. I mean, things are going well. Oh, hey, somebody on the bridge. I don't remember you specifically.
We must accept that we all grow old. I can no longer perform the physical labor that allowed me to benefit society. I no longer deserve to live here. I must find a place far from others. There, I will await a quiet death.
This isn't someone accepting that they'll grow old. This is him refusing to grow old.
If this spreads, we'll have no more old people at all.
Let's see. Oh, what else does this guy have to say? My existence is a burden for the many. My final duty is to end it myself. That is the highest service I could perform for the many. The path of reason must be followed to its end. Mumble. Well, that's not looking good for them. Oh, hey, another skit. Oh, is this the dog lover? I'm trying to remember.
Consume precious resources and grant no tangible benefit to society. That's why I say we should throw them all back outside. It's only right.
I threw away my friend's entire pet beetle collection. They have been purged. This is all for the new order.
But I want to keep my rhino-stagros.
Poor Lofty said. Girl says, I got rid of my pet dog. An animal that requires looking after by a child is devoid of purpose. Seeking solace from animals is human vanity. It is void of meaning and worth. Animals must serve as sustenance or labor. So much for the pet dog, chat. Oh, hey, this herb respawn, though. We'll go ahead and take this one since we're here. Increase art damage by 2. I love Loppy Set's base magic. It's just completely off the charts. He's just been fed herbs across 2 different playthroughs. I love it, chat. So let's make another save here, just in case I get locked out of the merchant for whatever reason. Townsperson says, yes. Consume food distributed and perform assigned tasks. Perform assigned tasks. Perform assigned tasks. All food in the capital is now rationed. Everyone, from the royal family to soldiers and the humblest of commoners, must perform assigned work to receive food. It is orderly, fair, and guarantees just treatment. Order and fairness. Order and fairness.
It was the height of foolishness for a low-born person like me to hold on to romantic fantasies about Prince Percival. I should seek a male companion suitable to my social status, and live a life free of pointless desire and pride. Form, beauty, appearance, all are superfluous. Reason dictates that I seek a biological partner, who lets me live my life with greater efficiency.
While what she's saying isn't technically wrong, it really creeps me out.
Hello, Prince Admirer. What else do you have to say? We are not individuals. We are but motes that make up the world. Remember that at all times. Well, we destroyed her entire purpose in life. Now they're holding tools and looking at something. What are they doing? Flowers and other extravagances are distractions. Eliminate what is worthless. Eliminate what is worthless. Well, goodbye. Flowers are also pointless, apparently. I would have figured they could have reasoned that the bees helped them out, but guess not, chat. Merchant says, we took advantage of the era of disaster to profit by selling food on the black market. We must atone for this sin. Yes, we must administer our own punishment. Feel like they're about to kill themselves? It's not good for them. Anyway, let's geoboard a little bit. Ooh, little boy, what do you have to say, little boy? Even children have tasks they can perform. We must serve the many. Serve the many. Serve the many. Chad, I wonder what she has to obey here. I'm not quite understanding. Maybe, let's see what she says. Obey reason, obey reason, obey reason, obey reason, obey reason, obey reason, mumble. You heard it, chat. She has to obey mumble. Clearly, that's what she just said. Townsperson says, spirits and other stimulating beverages are nothing but a poison to the many. They are worthless. Eliminate what is worthless. Eliminate what is worthless. Exorcist Orderly says, dispel doubt and confusion. Obey reason. You are a vessel for serving the many. Yes, unaware as a Moloch, mumble. So it looks like the suppression does work on quite a few Molochs as well. Oh, we got another odorless fluid. That's great. Eliminate Bianfu and Zavid. I mean, they don't really have purpose, so I kind of agree with you there. Peddler says, I will now begin loading supplies for the Abbey. Understood. Begin task. Begin task. See, things are going well, chat. So I guess I have, like, the question, does Artorias want to lose his own willpower, though? Like, I don't know if the game really goes into that, per se. Like, he suppresses the whole world, and, like, what about characters like Melchior or Shigure? Did they really, are they okay with losing their willpower? Or they're like, oh, I'm above it, and therefore I won't be impacted. But then won't Anominat want to seek them out anyway? Not really sure what their endgame was, to be honest. Stubborn Professional says, reason abhors unnecessary action. But will that alone lead to progress? Questions like that are an affront to reason. You're right, but you would question reason? You're right, reason is the only way. I must obey.
Even the capital is silent as death.
Innominat's power did all of this. A god among gods.
Hello, Exorcist Orderly. We have to obey the great Empyrean Innominat. We shall serve as a shield for the people, as tools for the people. Like how she's like slumped over too in front of the inn. Inmate is saying, a maid's uniform is meaningless extravagance, but of course, it stands against reason. I must remove it now, for reason. There is no need for thought. Simply act in accordance with all rules. Ooh, how do I talk to that person? Wait a minute, that's actually difficult. Wait, how do you talk to that person? I can't get through there. What? Huh. Oh, maybe I have to come from behind him? It's kind of weird. Oh, yeah, you have to come from behind him. I was gonna say. Townsperson says, obey the teachings of Shepherd Artorias. Have faith in the blessing of the Empyrean Innominat, so that our paradise may come. So that our paradise. Yeah, like, we'll probably gleam a bit more on the villain's plans later on, but I still thought it was a little strange. I guess Shigure always thought he'll either beat Artorias or die trying, so it didn't really matter what Artorias' plan was, but I don't know what, like, Melchior's real plan was in particular. I don't know, maybe the chat will have a different opinion as we get closer to meeting Melchior again. Townsperson says, there is no need for reflection. Trust all to the Abbey. There's no need for reflection. Do what must be done. Now we must only obey to the Lord Artorias. We shall serve as a sword for the people, as tools for the people. So, I believe it wants us to go south closer to the capital, so we're avoiding that for now. Part-time maid says, there's no point in performing music for the ephemeral entertainment of others, but music makes my heart, So some people are kind of resisting it. Lovesick woman says, you mustn't chase pleasure. It is shameful to seek pleasure. It is forbidden. This is true reason. And yet my head. Oh yeah, they would be all over purging that hat, chat. I completely agree. Goodbye, Melchior hat. They're like, its shape is illogical. It serves no purpose. It will be purged. Okay, so let's head to the cathedral. Oh, there's just some people here. Oh no. Oh, he's got a knife, I think? Church official. I was complicit in High Priest Gideon's crime. I must accept my punishment. The same punishment as the High Priest's. Well, that took a turn. Gardener says, I can see reason. A visually pleasing garden holds no value, nor does the view of a cathedral. I shall dig up this garden and turn it into farmland to produce more food. I mean, that kind of makes sense. Service towards the many, ×4. What do you have to say, Exorcist Orderly? Tranquil Order, ×6. High Priest, praying for salvation is the most vile selfishness. We must do what we must for the all rather than spend time in vain prayers. Tranquil order and service towards the many is all the great Empyrean desires of humanity. Tranquil order and service towards the many, the great Empyrean's desire. The great Empyrean's desire, the great Empyrean's desire. Oh, I like that you don't hear the cathedral music when you come in here. This is the drama music. He says, a tranquil world, a tranquil heart, a time of tranquility, a tranquil future. The suppression of humanity is just our penitence. Penitence to the world must be made. Penitence must be made. Penitence must be made. Aristocrat says, ugh, I must cast aside my desire for power. It is the foulest form of greed. But my hatred for Artorias will not fade so easily. Ugh. It is all very clear. Your mind strains against reason. It is a poisonous thing. It must be eliminated. We'll go ahead and grab these items, I suppose. Oh, another rough gemstone. What a great find, actually. High Priest says, the time of tranquility has come. The paradise of Shepherd Artorias is nigh. Mumble. Abbey official says, the time of tranquility has come. Oop, what was that last one? The paradise of Shepherd Artorias is nigh. There we go. So let's go ahead and surf around these people. Oh, not another gemstone. That's a shame. Yeah, they might kill the noble. We'll have to see how many people are still around. We'll try to keep track of all these side characters. Speaking of which, please have odorless fluid. Oh, calcite. That's a shame. So I don't want to continue with the plot too far because we're going to be sucked into a long series of events. And for pacing reasons, I'm going to make sure not to break them up. But I feel like it's appropriate to say that we've entered Logris and things are not going well. So I think we'll try to check out the tavern, and then I think that'll be all for today.
Fountains are purely decorative and serve no purpose to the collective good of mankind. They must be purged.
Not just the fountains. The streets and houses are filled with unnecessary extravagances. Comfort is another word for vanity. It is a lie that breeds only envy and war. All vanity must be purged.
Yes, we cannot let ourselves be ruled by desire. We must control ourselves and lead lives of purity.
If they keep abandoning desire after desire, eventually they'll abandon even their desire to live.
Fervent Believer says, simplicity in all things, in the world, in the human soul. Extravagance is useless. The useless must be swept away. This is the way of reason. Go ahead and gather some souls. Oh no, chat, there's dogs here. Eliminate what is worthless. Now that it's so hungry it can't move. Oh, no, that's so... Wow, they're starving the dogs. That's pretty messed up, chat. Interesting. I will note that there are a couple people that we've seen in this town before that do not appear to be in their typical locations. Perhaps we'll find them when we come to the story element, and I'll leave it at that. Let's talk to this guy.
I knew it. I said all along that taverns are dens of evil. Now there is no one left who desires that demon drink. It clouds man's judgment and causes good people to fall into corruption and sin. It should never have existed. Taverns shall now only live on in history books.
I've always opposed the sale of nectar and intoxicating drinks. From now on, those places once known as taverns should be used to distribute food equally to all.
Flavor is irrelevant. It is enough for food to fill the stomach and contain the nutrients necessary for survival. Food is not something that should be enjoyed.
But eating is part of being alive. If you can't enjoy your food, how can you enjoy your life? I don't want to live like that.
Chat, Luffy said just wants Mabo curry. This is what it comes down to. What does a thoughtful merchant have to say? Desire for good-tasting food is mere hedonism. It is a shameful, selfish act. Cooking must be prohibited to prevent individualistic greed. Cuisine and dining are without worth. Food is to be consumed only as fuel for the work. This is its true purpose. Bloodwing Man says, I told the guards everything I know. I must atone for standing against reason. My punishment must be performed by my own hands. Bloodwing Man says, I must atone, but... Mistress Tabitha, my family, forgive me. Bloodwing Woman says, my companions atone for their sins in this room. Now I must do the same. That is reason, but I'm so scared. Mother, please. Well, that got progressively darker as we got closer to the capital, chat. That got much, much, much darker. Let's talk to the youth. Needless extravagance must be eliminated. But this fountain, we played so much together here. Yeah, those are some good memories, but they are meaningless, just like this fountain. You do speak reason. Eliminate what is worthless. Eliminate what is worthless. So, I guess there's gonna be fewer people in the town later, chat. So let's save here for now. Let's discuss about where we're gonna be heading over the next couple of sessions. So, I guess you could say to some extent that the villains slash heroes in the world's view have succeeded in their goal. They've suppressed the will of the people. So our goal in the near immediate future is we have to get to Mount Killerhouse after we finish our investigations here. We'll be bumping into some people that we've met before, and we'll be helping them do something. I'll leave it as vague as possible. But ultimately, unless we awaken the 4 elemental Empyreans, Anomanat will continue to get stronger and stronger. The dragons feed him, so he receives constant power. And he'll basically be hunting Velvet down for the remainder of the game. So we are actually getting pretty close to the end of the game. There's not too many more dungeons left between us and the final area, but that doesn't mean they will be short dungeons. As the chat can imagine, JRPGs love to save some of their most ridiculous dungeons for the last dungeon, and that one will probably take maybe a stream or a stream and a half just by itself. So we still have quite a few sessions left, but I think we're making very good progress. We got to see... so far, I don't think we've missed a single Mystic Art at this point in time. There's quite a few more as we go through the game. And we also still have a lot of the kind of bonus content, which I believe unlocks after we beat the game for the most part. So we still have a lot of content afterwards as well. Plus, in addition, there is one of the longest dungeons in the game, and that is the post-game dungeon. And that will take many, many, many sessions if we're leaving it on Chaos mode. Because we need to get to a level where we can actually deal damage to some of these enemies. Because keep in mind, all of their defenses are scaled. So I will not be able to even hurt or damage pretty much any enemy at the end of the game. We could take advantage of some things in order to get some items early. So I'll be showing you a way both to power level at the end of the game, in case you're just looking to take full advantage of the combat system and just look to carry over some other things. I'll show off how to get some grade. We'll probably show off Magilu as well. Her little glitch. I'm not sure if there's any more. I'll double check online. I really honestly don't remember any postings about any other bug for this game, which is kind of surprising. But, you know, it's been a couple of years, technically, since I last looked. But when it first came out, I could literally find nothing online just to show it off. So hopefully now that time has passed, maybe the YouTube algorithm will make it bubble to the top or something like that. The Kirk saying, wow, it has to be big if it'll be that long. It is definitely something. It is multi-level puzzles, some backtracking, and there are a lot of boss fights in that dungeon as well. So we have quite a bit of content when it comes to combat ahead of us. But in terms of story, we are nearing kind of like the final act. The ceremony of suppression has already occurred, and now basically we're in a rush for the Scarlet Knight. So ultimately, we're going to have some kind of ridiculous showdown on this volcano, is how the game is setting it up so far. And we'll also get to see the impact on some of the other townspeople. Now, we won't really get a good chance to free roam for a little bit. I believe our hands are tied until at least the volcano. I think once we are done with the volcano, it'll open up again. So we could go back and clean up anything that we might have missed. And there should be some other quests in general we could get as well. In particular, because we'll need a way to counter the ceremony of suppression, because that happens to be a Nominaut's domain. So we have to weaken it somehow. So once we weaken it, a lot of things will start opening up in the game. And I think around that point in time, chat, we could finally go back to Yasult. Remember that place, chat? Remember Haria? Remember Haria Village? We let get turned into monsters. We could go back there in the future. So we'll be seeing what the impact of us visiting there has had on that little island. So other than that, yeah, we still have quite a bit of the game to go. I hope you've been enjoying the ceremony of suppression so far. I did like that you could kind of recognize a lot of the people that talk from little minor conversations in the past. Like, I really appreciate that callback to the little girl with the dog, where she was trying to learn to take care of her pet, and we could see like the complete personality switch there. We got to see the merchant try to jump off into the water. We have some very interesting implications for what might happen after the ceremony suppression happens. Because if they remember everything they did, you have to wonder, like, the Bloodwings have also basically outed themselves because they reported themselves, because crime is a sin and they must atone. So I think that kind of messes up their entire organization, more or less, to be honest. But we'll see how it goes, chat. So I think tomorrow we'll be doing a slightly longer session, but I think for now this is good enough. I think our goal for the next stream will probably be to get to the volcano, not necessarily beat it. Because if I recall, there are quite a lot of cutscenes that we're going to be coming into, both in terms of character development, plot, and also some very gimmicky enemies. So chat, I think with permission, I will be using a difficulty other than Chaos for one specific encounter, and that is a purely optional fight, because doing that fight the way it is intended is absolutely atrocious, and I recommend that you, if you're playing along, do not do that fight on anything other than simple, because that is a complete waste of your time. And rather than spend hours of setup for this boss, you could just spend like 10 minutes and beat the boss. So we'll be doing that. Unfortunately, I don't even think the boss drops anything interesting, if I remember correctly. Just kind of a shame, really. But in any case, I'd like to thank you all for joining. I appreciate the comments throughout the stream. Again, if you have any questions or comments throughout, I'll be happy to reply back to them and also try to answer to the best of my ability. So I will double back and try to get the voice clip of Zavid's an idiot, just for Chris in the chat since it was requested. And other than that, I guess that's all I have to say. So thank you again for joining, and hopefully you have a good day or a good night, depending on the time zone.